Body of the presentation: informing, describing, explaining, and persuading. Informing: some presentations will focus on providing information more than others. A good way to give information is to answer the WH questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how.
I grew up on a horse farm in New Zealand. When I was 10 years old, I wanted my own pony. I promised my parents that I would take care of it and be responsible for it. Finally, they gave me one. It was a lot of work, and after a few weeks, I told my parents that they could have the pony back. They said that I had asked for the pony and I had to take care of it. Later, I realised that my parents taught me the value of keeping promises and being responsible.
I spent my third year of high school in Orlando, Florida, on a study abroad program. I was excited when I first arrived. Later, though, I became stressed because so much was new and unfamiliar. The food was different, and I didn't have any friends. I couldn't keep up with conversations in English. There were a lot of differences in communication like that. After a month, I was really depressed. To try to get over culture shock, I decided to get to know my homestay family better and make at least one friend in school. Eventually, my English improved, and I made several good friends. When I came back to Japan, I stood out because I had picked up certain habits from Americans. For example, how I dressed. I'm glad I went to Florida because I learned that I could be flexible and adapt. If you go abroad, just remember that sometimes you might feel down, but things get easier as time goes by.
Describing: you will occasionally have opportunities to describe things during your presentations. Information such as size, smells, sounds, temperature, colors, and atmosphere is important to describing effectively.
Death Valley was hot, scary hot. There were no trees, no plants, nothing. Just dry brown hills, rocks, and dirt. Death Valley was a good name for this place. Now, with night falling, the dry air was cooling. A light wind blew Liam's hair away from his face.
Explaining: you will occasionally explain how to do something during a presentation. Processes should be presented logically, with sequence expressions.
First, you put this metal container in the bottom of the tub. Then you fill it with an ice cream mixture made from eggs, sugar, and milk. Next, you put the lid on the metal container and fill the rest of the tub with ice and salt. After that, you turn this handle and you keep adding salt and ice until you can't turn the handle anymore. You open it up, and there's your delicious homemade ice cream.
Persuading: sometimes you will need to persuade an audience during a presentation. Just saying your opinion is not enough. You must offer reasons why you believe so.
Tisket is for getting cheap tickets. I love Tisket because I can find discount tickets on shows, concerts, and even tours. Tisket is super easy to use. The one problem with the app is that the tickets only become available 6 hours before the performance. So you have to wait until that day's tickets are released before you can pick a show or concert from the list.
I'm a pilot. I fly commercial jets from the United States to Asia, Europe, everywhere. I always wanted to fly, but growing up I never saw any female pilots. Even today, there are many more male pilots than female pilots. When I entered the classroom on the first day of pilot school, I was surprised to see that I was the only woman in the room. However, I finished pilot school and achieved my childhood dream. I love it, and I feel proud that I'm in this profession. This is a great job, so I hope more women will join me.
I'm from the United States. When I traveled around the world last summer, I found people who thought that all Americans were rich. It was strange to hear this because in America, I'm certainly not rich. I think that a lot of stereotypes are caused by the media and movies. If you only see other cultures on TV or in movies, you don't get a very balanced view of them. A lot of times, stereotypes are negative. It's hard for people to get to know me if they start with a negative image of Americans. To get over stereotypes, I think you have to travel and really experience other countries.
As always, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And before you go, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that tiny bell. And don't forget to check out some of our other videos on the channel. On to the next time.